If you've ever struggled with your seedlings and wondering why they're looking leggy, if they're getting enough light, not enough water, too much water, stick with me, because today I'm going to give you exactly what I do. Gardening is not an exact science. A lot of it is trial and error, and I've been doing it for a while and I still get it wrong. But it's still, you can even fix it. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it doesn't look perfect, it still can grow and produce you food. So let's go today and find out the 3 biggest things to do to take care of your seedlings. Plus, at the end, I have a free printable guide for you. So stay tuned and I'll give you more details on how to download that at the end. All right, so the first thing about taking good care of your seedlings is actually starting the seeds. And I have a few videos already where I talk about that, but just some quick points to hit. I'll link those videos. You can go watch them and then come back here. But the quick points are, you want to make sure you have good viable seeds. They're not too old. They haven't gotten moldy. That's the main thing. You want to make sure you have decent soil. You can start with seed sorting mix, potting soil, anything, but you want to make sure it has the right wetness consistency. You don't want it to be too dry. You don't want it to be too wet. Too dry, then you water them. It can get compacted. It will keep the seed down from germinating. I do that a lot. I don't get the right wetness and my seeds have trouble germinating. So there's that. There's also not planting them too deep. Bigger seeds, you can plant bigger. Smaller seeds, they almost seem to be right on the surface with just a little bit of covering. Some of them don't even need to be covered. So make sure you're following those rules on the seeds when you're starting them. Okay, so one of the biggest problems that gardening and seed starting people have when they're doing this is leggy seedlings. Now I'm going to show you this one right here because this is my dill, and dill is leggy anyway, but look at those guys. So we want to talk about that. They get really tall and then they're really kind of weak because they're reaching for the light and they're growing too fast because that light is either too far away or not strong enough. So when you have a grow lamp, you need to work on putting it right on the level. Adjust that source. Should be about 2 inches above those new growing seedlings. Now I don't have that ability right now, so mine are sometimes going to get leggier. They'll grow faster or farther. But also having the light on them for long enough, you want between 12 to 16 hours of light. Now in the winter, and right now, it's in the early spring, we don't get that much light every day. And it's also overcast, so having some extra source of grow light is helpful. But seedlings can still just grow in natural light. But I will recommend to turn them. So when they're facing the light, you can even see from these seedlings right here, they were sitting in the window facing the light. So I'll turn them this way, so tomorrow they'll grow more back that way. You can also, when I transplant these are marigolds, and I'll put them in a bigger pot before they go out. I can put them in a little bit deeper, so the soil will help support their stems. But that's not until they get bigger and stronger. Like these, I will not be transplanting these guys for a while. They're still so tiny, but they need to get closer to that light. So definitely light is very helpful. Also, to help with that legginess when they are growing, putting a fan on them can really help because that teaches them to make sure they put some energy into making their stems stronger and not just growing up towards the light, because they need to have stronger stems to live outside with the wind and the rain. So turning them and putting some air on them, maybe coming and moving your fingers across them, can kind of teach them to be a little bit hardier, have a hardier stem. That's important in that hardening off process, which is my third really key point. So we gotta prepare these seedlings to go outside. We can't just grow them and then send them out into the world without getting them ready. Your grow light and your window inside shield them from the sun. The sun will cook these babies, so we need to slowly introduce them to it. I have a full video on how I do that too, where I put them out a little bit of time each day. I start with about 30 minutes. I start with them in the shade, then you move them to the sun, then you add on another 30 minutes. You can do 15-minute increments. You can do whatever, but I start at 30, then an hour and a half, and I just bump it up each day. If you skip it, if it's not the perfect timing, it's okay. But you just want to get them used to it. Condition them to the sun, to the wind, to the rain, just to being outside in general, even the temperature, because your house is a current steady temperature, and when they're outside it's going to go up and down, when the sun goes in, when the sun comes out. So you're getting them used to all those new elements, and you have to do that. You can't just put them out, and some might survive, but most of them will not. So if you want to see more in depth about that, I have a full video how I hardened off all my seedlings last year. Another little thing I want to mention, which I should have put with the light, is dampening off. That's when you water them too much. There's too much water and they just can't take it all, and that's what's called dampening off. So you definitely want to water them carefully. Bottom watering is good because they'll take up what they need. You can dump out the extra. It's a very good way to go. I have a lot of dampening off often when I use this method with the paper towel guys, because they sit in the water. Look, that one's even got water dripping off of it. They sit in the water more than the cups and the trays. And then this is my first year using the seed snails. So far, look, marigolds already has roots all the way down here, all the way through this whole thing, which is crazy. And this is going good. My marigolds have started. I have some zinnias starting in one of these. I tried asparagus, but I don't think I planted those seeds right. I think I did them too deep. So they haven't come up, but marigolds are going good. But again, that water, you want to make sure you use the right amount of water. You don't want to drench them and pour it all over top and like batter these little seedlings that can't take it yet. It's the slow building process, the same way as hardening off with the water. They have to grow with a lot more leaves and a lot more sturdy stems to be able to take a lot of water on them. All right, so all this information is awesome, but I have a printable that you can put up, a little guide to help you when you're taking care of these baby seedlings. It is free, it's downloadable, printable. All I need you to do is go subscribe to my email list, where I'll send you lots of other fun free things that I make from this information that I'm trying to teach you all. And anything that I learn along the way will be going there. I will send you all the new videos I make on plants and DIY crafts and homemaking, and it's a good time, and there'll be lots of free downloadable information right to your email. You'll know when I have new videos and all that fun stuff. So I really encourage you to go get that guide. If you liked all this information I just gave you today, you'll even get more bonus information, more in depth, but it'll be a printable. You can, like a recipe almost, because I know some people need to read to understand how to do it. So that will be your little recipe reading guide on how to take care of these little seedlings. So go subscribe and download it, guys. So that's it. With the right light, care, hardening off, water, you will take care of these baby seedlings, and you'll be able to have so many plants for your garden that you're going to be giving them away to all your friends too. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments what you're growing this year. Right here I have a lot of marigolds, a lot of petunias, and over here we have some herbs, some oregano and some dill, but there's more coming. So let me know what you're growing, and please like and subscribe.